Seamstress.
You say you wanna turn, wanna be gay, what I'm gonna do? Wanna see wanna bring around and nothing do. I can tell you anymore.
Yeah.
What was it?
I could freak you in the evening.
Oh.
Da 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 want me.
I can bring you in the bed. I like that song. That's this. Usher is a very good entertainer and a guide. I like Usher. I like that guy. I remember some tumultuous times with Usher in my life.
What was that?
When he had married that old woman Tamika, who was his other manager. I remember having many conversations with him on the radio and with listeners about Usher and Tamika. It's very interesting.
I literally had the tumultuous time with Usher in Atlanta.
Why? What happened?
I was at a bar and Usher came in, him and Jermaine Dupri. And I was at the bar getting a drink and Usher came over and he was getting a drink as well. And he went to go sign his receipt and the pen wasn't working and he shook the pen and the top came off and splashed ink all over me.
Oh my God.
And he was like, oh my God, I'm sorry.
And then what?
What'd you do?
And then I was like, I couldn't say anything.
No little picture, no little autograph, no little little greeting.
I was in
Starstruck.
yeah. Then he was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I was like, it's okay. He handed me a napkin and then he walked away.
He didn't buy you a drink, buy a little appetizer.
No.
We should go. You should sue him.
I should sue him, and
You
then
should
I'm gonna
sue
be like,
him.
I'm gonna sue you, and you got to divorce that woman and marry me.
Yeah, and that's the only way. This suing.
Well, he's single now. Oh no,
No, he's not. He's married now. He's married now with more children. Usher's got mad children, but Usher like to marry to help. So I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna sue him for a job.
Yep, and
then he gonna
marry.
marry me.
Yep.
Oh,
yep,
that's
yep.
how you got to do it.
Married to help.
Yeah, he like to marry to help.
Oh,
But
yeah, we do. That's very true. We do got that today, huh? Today is Money Matters Monday. We're going to be talking to people about some stuff. So make sure that you guys are up and about. Because we're going to talk about it.
How was y'all weekends? What y'all do?
What did I do? What did I do?
Great
what did
weekend.
I do?
Great weekend.
Yeah,
Friday.
very great. Yep, go Friday.
No, you Friday. You hosted comedy.
Oh, yesterday. Friday. Friday was a lot going on. Friday, I did a panel at the Suffolk University where we discussed collaborations and how to 10x your business with no money. So why collaborations and why partnerships are so very important in this day and age for your business, especially when money is, kind of confusing right now. Are we getting money? Are we not getting the money? What's out there for business? What's going on? Donald Trump only had I don't think he even had a concept of a plan for our businesses, but we don't know where that's going to go. So that was at Suffolk University. Then after that, I had a really great meeting with a gentleman from an entrepreneurship program. So I'm trying to get into that. So we'll see how that goes. And then later on that night, I had to host Sorrel and Lime's first comedy explosion, starring Haitian V or Vlad, Haitian Vlad.
And Jared.
And
Boy.
it was some fun
it
times.
was
I had
a
a
good
good time.
time.
We laughed.
It was
we laughed.
Haitian
and-
V and Jonas Janat.
Yes, Jonas Janah. Yes, they
Yeah.
were there. They had it was interesting. I really like when people make fun of accents, and they made fun of the Trinidadian accent all throughout the night, and I laughed from my belly soul.
Yeah,
because-
that was very, very, very funny.
Yeah, so that was a really great time. I can't wait to see how much more comedy they end up doing. It's a nice spot for that. So we'll make sure that we let you guys know about the next time
And
that
a
they have
nice
something.
mixed crowd was there, representation from all of the Caribbeans and Honduras.
Yes, sir.
And it was cool.
Shout out to us. It's our Independence Day today.
It is.
El 15 de septiembre. Viva la Garachalacha.
Wow, cultural appropriation. Wow. Yepa, yepa.
That's what you gotta say. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
You gotta be proud of your. And then Tristan, you went to
Our flag raising.
Flag raising.
I went
It
to our
was-
flag raising over the weekend, which is very dope. It was from 11 o'clock to maybe about 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I saw
And
y'all
it was-
out
it
there
was
cutting up.
all of Central America,
It
right?
was all of Central America. So we share the same Independence Day as Nicaragua, Costa Rica, El Salvador, and I'm always forgetting one.
Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Nicaragua.
No. Yeah, Ecuador.
El Salvador.
El Salvador, thank you.
Yes.
Is it?
Ecuador,
You said that.
Ecuador is in South America.
Oh. Is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow.
So shout out to everybody that was out there. And then after that, when I did go on our Independence boat ride, well, I DJ'd on our
How
Independence
was
boat ride.
that?
That was good too. It's always a nice time, nice time on the water. City was cool. And then there was fireworks for like an hour.
Really?
We saw fireworks for an hour. I don't know where they were coming from, but they were right on the water.
Oh, that's
Carlos,
nice.
that's
While you
good.
guys were on the boat.
While
That's
we were on
so
the boat.
cool.
Really
That's
dope.
cool. I had a really, really good weekend. So Friday I did go to the comedy situation with there. I smiled a lot and I laughed
A ton.
a ton of times. And then Saturday was really, really cool. So the boys had their follow
yes.
suit. They got their suits from Follow Suit Saturday morning. This beautiful little place called a Dillaway House in Roxbury that I was not aware of.
A lot of people are not.
It was beautiful. And so the boys did, follow suit. Shout out to them for what they did with our boys over the summer. It was really, really nice. And it was amazing. Those little boys
Great program.
looked so good. It was a great program. And the boys enjoyed it. Like, they looked forward to going to it. And they picked out their suits and they all looked so good. Like young men dressed up, feeling good. And they did a really nice photographs with them. And that was really awesome. And then we went to church. And at church, we received community service awards. So my dad, Danielle, and I got community service awards from the church, along with a whole bunch of other members. And that was really, really nice. Mayor Wu attended church on Sabbath.
Wow.
Yep, the Worrell brothers were there, and Henry Santana as well. And Bianca, the Caribbean girl.
Wow.
And Will Downey, who is on Mayor Wu's team.
Congratulations.
So we all there at church on Sabbath, and we received these really nice awards that they gave to each of us, which was really, really nice. And then Saturday night was the big fight. So it was
The fight. I missed
Crawford and
that. Lavelle Crawford.
it was somebody Crawford and
The Latino man.
oh my God, I had it down. I had it so down.
Terrence Crawford
And
Canelo.
Crawford versus Canelo.
Yes.
So which is weird because Canelo is his last name. Canelo is his first name. His name is Canelo Alvarez, and then against Crawford. And it was a big time fight because I guess Canelo was a champion. It was Mexican independence, which I didn't know was not Cinco de Mayo. Did you know that?
No, Cinco de Mayo's not their independence.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I didn't know that until
Oh.
Saturday because I was like, what are they talking about? It's not. Anyhow, so Cinco de Mayo, no, not Cinco de Mayo. So it was Mexican independence. Canelo was fighting. Canelo was a big time fighter and da-da-da-da. And I guess Terrence Crawford is a big deal because Terrence Crawford has a story to tell. He's from Omaha, Nebraska.
Nebraska.
He's won fights in like every weight class. So this was like a big deal for him and da-da-da-da-da. And da-da-da. At the end of this, if he won, he was going to be the GOAT. And he did win. And he won.
And he's black.
Yeah.
One
So
of the
the
12
whole
rounds.
fight was streaming free on Netflix, but there was 3 fights before them. So the main event didn't start until 1 a.m.
A.M. in the morning.
1 a.m. in the morning.
Crazy.
But it was very interesting to watch because Canelo came out with a whole mariachi band. It was a concert as he was coming out, like a concert. Anyways, it was lots of fanfare. It was really, really nice to watch. And then yesterday I went to the Big E out in
How
Springfield.
was that?
It is. I'm one of those people like, what do we go there for? What do we do
What's
there?
the Big E
right?
now?
So the
Remind
Big E is the huge fair that they have out in Springfield every year.
okay.
Saturday night, Busta Rhymes and Rick Ross actually did a concert there.
Oh.
So it's a lot. It's huge. It's a lot of food, all the fair food and all of that stuff. They have a little farm there. We were watching chicks hatch live. They had, all the animals and all that stuff. They had a few little bands and things, and then there's some rides. It's very expensive to go to a fair, and I didn't know that because I think this was like my first real fair.
Fairs are expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive. So it was cool. We were there for about 2-3 hours. Walked around, had some kind of interesting foods. I got my big turkey leg, which I've been wanting for a long time. Yeah, it was really, really good, and we actually got to see them smoke it. We had lobster nachos, dill pickle pizza, some apple crisp, and like lemonade type stuff. But it's expensive, and there's a lot. And I think if you go hungry with like a good amount of money, like I'm gonna spend $100, then you'll probably have it'll be amazing. But
what would you spend $100 on?
The turkey leg, one turkey leg.
Mm-hmm.
Guess how much it was?
$27.
Oh shit! Damn.
Was it?
No, it was 19.
Oh, yes. No, because I naturally expect things to be ridiculous. $19 for a turkey leg
For
sounds
one turkey
you could
leg.
have bought a whole chicken.
Girl, I could buy a whole turkey.
2 chickens. Yep,
I
you
had
could
a
have bought a
dream that
whole.
I got a turkey.
Oh, there's a turkey on this street, by the way.
Is there?
I mean, not a turkey. We got a chicken. There's a chicken that lives on Deering Road right here.
Really?
A chicken.
Like a pet?
It's a brown chicken. No, it just walks up and down the street.
It's somebody's pet. Why I say that is because in the back of my house somewhere, there are somebody that owns 2 ducks.
Mm-hmm. Ducks.
Yeah, they have them in a little kiddie pool in their front yard, and they just swim there all night, fall asleep, put their head down all the time.
Wow.
We walk by them. Sometimes they walk them.
Wow.
They walk the ducks.
They walk the ducks.
Like on a leash.
Yes.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had duck?
No.
I've had.
Yes.
I have crispy duck. Very nice.
I've had Peking duck.
Peking duck.
I've had duck à l'orange.
No.
I've been to
And
Peking
I've
duck
had
restaurants.
curry duck.
Oh. What duck tastes like? Chicken?
It's
It's like a gamier chicken, like
kind of oily.
oily, and it tastes
It's good though. I like it.
meatier meat.
Meteor.
It's like more meaty tasting, like more like steak chicken.
Oh.
Daryl
Steak.
said duck is very good. Yeah,
It's very nice.
Nice.
I went to Open Streets. Open
How was
Streets,
Open Streets?
Dorchester, on Dorchester Avenue.
That was probably very nice.
Yeah, that was nice. That was a nice time. It was a lot out there to
ADSL
do.
used to have me.
I love an open street.
ADSL wasn't there either, which was very interesting. The city of Boston now took over the ADSL spot.
Oh.
Because they had their tent out there.
No.
Well, what happened to
And
ADSL?
shout out to Mark Marin, who was holding down that.
Wow.
And it's, it's a big road to walk. CK was very, very excited to walk the whole thing. I don't know why. But we had a good time. And then prior to that, we went to the dog park again outside of Hingham and just had a good time. Saw some white on white crime.
Oh,
That's always fun.
Yeah,
us
white
about
on white. It was Karens. I'd never seen Karens going after each other. So it was very interesting. I was like, I went with Larry Jordan. I was like, yo, Larry, let's leave these hooligans and go to the other side because we're not involved in this. Let us go. And we
That's
walked,
me
and
when I
as
see
soon
white on white
as soon as
crime.
we walked away, they turned up. We was like, error. We do not like that. We are classy people. We're just out here to walk our dogs. We don't want any of that. And then shout out to Socoholics. Socoholics had their their kiddies appreciation party at Unity. So they had musical chairs and candy and food and all kinds of music. You know who I like, who is becoming one of my favorite young DJs, Selecta Max.
I like him.
Maxim.
Maxim.
Is it
Maxim.
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 It's something that's not.
It's something that's not how
that-
it's written.
Yeah.
But I like that young man.
Yeah.
Very, very nice young fella.
And Saturday we also attended Authentic Caribbean had the rum thing.
Let me make that call
Rum and
right
food there in Roxbury Community College, and that was, it was a cute time.
Let me shout out to the people down at El Barco over there on Boylston Street.
Was that a dog bar?
El Barco's a taco bar.
Oh, really?
It's a taco bar that I DJ'd out over the weekend. And also last night I was on Lansdowne Street at Loretta's Last Call. And
No,
it was a dope weekend to be
I've
in
heard
Fenway.
How was
about
Loretta's?
Yeah.
Loretta's is nice. It was a dope weekend to be in Fenway too because they were playing the Yankees.
Yes.
Oh, so it was
you
lots
know,
of energy.
A lot of Yankees fans walking around with they bullish, and of course we was outside too. But
Did you watch the Denzel movie yet?
No.
I didn't have any time this weekend.
And
to
I
watch
don't
the
know
TV.
where to find it. I don't have the channel it come on at.
Amazon Prime.
It's on. I think it's on
Okay.
TV now. It's on Prime.
Just lying.
It was a
I don't
goddamn
have
lie.
no TV to watch it on. But also, I don't feel to watch it. Because of the raging reviews that I have heard over time, it doesn't make me feel like I should be watching it. Like it's a gross waste of my time. I've only seen one person say, "Oh, it's not that bad," and I was like, and everybody under the comment said, "Yeah, it is."
Yeah.
Unanimously, every comment under that was, "Yeah, it is." So
Yeah.
I don't know what to feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it.
Anyhow, we do have a Money Matters Monday coming up, so let's start this show so we can get into that because our favorite girl is here today, Sabrina.
Favorite girl.
And so we've got to make some time for her because she's dope and we've got to hear what she got to say. So good morning, everybody. Saucy and Friends. It starts now.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Shiz.
Spark FM at 617-272-3387.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at SparkFMOnline.com.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today is Monday. It is September the 15th. Monday, September the 15th. Let's get into the weather, see what that's going to be like today. Right now, it's 66 degrees. It's going to hit a high of 71 later, and then we drop down to about 57 tonight. It's going to be a cold one. It is really kind of just a nice weather right now. You go outside, you got a little hoodie on. You're just walking around having a good time. You can just kind of layer it or unlayer it, but it's good weather time. It's not for us older folk. We need to be able to have, this type of temperament.
Yes.
And things.
Yeah.
With that said, let's get into the roundaway news, Miss Tony. Let's go.
All right. Kicking it off with the 311 complaint of the day. Boston needs to put up turkey crossing signs and maybe some racist crossing signs. Do you guys follow it's real media? Did you see the video that he put up? The guy was calling him the N-word?
Oh, yes.
Or not him. I don't know if it was, but
I
it
saw
was-
something.
Yeah, the man just screaming out that you're an effing N-word. It was crazy. 311 complaints of the day. So here we go. My stomach is touching my back. A concerned resident filed a 311 complaint about turkeys darting in and out of traffic at Parker's Corner in Alston, and also racist Trump supporters being part of the traffic and yelling at him, but mostly about the turkeys. The city of Boston, Mass. and the MBTA needs to post signs and tell drivers to be more cautious in the area when they drive because these animals are out there and could lead to serious injuries to pedestrians and their children. I guess he was talking about the racist and the turkeys at the same time. That
Jive
story-
turkey.
That story is lackluster.
Maybe he was a jive turkey and
He
it was all
definitely
getting
wasn't
into
jive
the same
turkey.
thing.
Somebody says the emboldening of racists is a valid concern, as are careless drivers injuring and killing people. Turkeys are a native species, but people are allowed to have different opinions about wildlife-human interfaces. Not sure it was a great decision to post this particular link, as your crowd of commentators is just going to take pot shots at the writing style that obviously comes from someone with an atypical brain. So just going to preempt, if you disagree that racism and vehicular violence are an issue, or if you think it's cute to make fun of someone who is different, obviously have a frustrating day, you're an ass. That was somebody's comment on that article. Oh, very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice. Boston activist Monica Cannon Grant to plead guilty in federal fraud case. This went away for a bit. And now it's
It
back.
did. And this is very interesting that now the sentencing situation is going down.
I have the story.
Just weeks out from her trial on federal fraud charges, embattled Boston community-based organizer Monica Cannon Grant has filed notice that she plans to plead guilty.
Here is a little tiny clip from this situation.
And the founder of a Hyde Park nonprofit is expected to plead guilty on fraud charges. Monica Cannon Grant requested a change of plea hearing yesterday. She was set to stand trial next month. Cannon Grant is accused of taking money given to her group, Violence in Boston, and spending it on herself.
Yeah, man.
Wow. But
Snyder
if she
said-
pleads guilty, does
I think she might get maybe a lesser charge, a lesser
is she
time.
facing jail time?
Yeah, I think if she went to trial and they started to open up the things that was going on, I think it might be a little bit worse for her. So it's best to kind of just, all right, if I plead guilty, what y'all gonna do? A year and a day sounds like what they like to give out here. So maybe she'll get that.
I
She
don't know,
might
but
get
she
a
does
lot
remember
more.
she did lose her husband last year, so they gave her a year to grieve.
Oh, okay.
She did also get married again last year as well.
Oh, shut.
I
Oh,
don't know.
wow. The initial indictment accused Cannon Grant and her husband not only of defrauding donors, but lying on a mortgage application and illegally collecting roughly $100,000 in unemployment benefits. Unemployment caught my ass. Cannon Grant allegedly texted her husband in March of 2021, asked me to provide documents by June unless I'll have to pay it all back. Additional fraud charges brought in 2023 accused a couple of leveraging their nonprofit for pandemic assistance.
She
and
wrote that?
Lying to obtain rent relief funds intended for Boston residents facing housing insecurity. She is charged in a 27-count superseding indictment with charges including conspiracy, wire fraud, mail fraud, making false statements on a mortgage application, and tax violations. She could face decades in federal prison and hundreds of thousands of dollars in fines if convicted. She got married again.
Yeah.
Where do we find husbands?
Everywhere.
Where?
If you want to find a husband, you going to get a husband. The problem with y'all women is y'all want too much. You don't want just a companion and a nice
much.
person to be your friend. You want the moon and the stars and jobs and
The whole
cars
kit and
the
caboodle.
whole kit and caboodle. And y'all don't got enough kids. The people who have the most kids find the husband the quickest.
This is true too. Well,
And they keep having them.
I'm not gonna have no husband then because guess what? It's not gonna happen. Guess what? Guess. I'll give you one guess.
You better bust them out.
She.
Might
Two
get one.
juveniles arrested with loaded guns in Boston housing development. Look that birth control in the next thing. Two juveniles arrested with loaded guns in Boston housing development, ages 14 and 16. 14 and 16. Well, you know, let the story load.
So
But
it
it's still
says
wrong.
that ages 14 were arrested on firearm charges on Friday evening in Franklin Field Housing Development.
Oh, damn.
Boston police said.
It's Franklin Field.
Officers assigned to D3 made the arrest at approximately 6:59 on September 12th, following a subject stop in the Mattapan area.
Franklin Field House. We was out there at the park. Oh, Boston BPD blast was on Friday. What a good time. I was out there for the entire thing. I was out there from like 3:15 until like 7:30 at night. I was outside in Harambe.
Kudos to them
It
because
was-
they did that.
Yes, but this thing happened at the same time, so these kids was there.
So it was hot, and guess what? All the stories we've read this year have said the same thing.
It was hot.
Several members of the group wore multiple layers of clothing.
Yeah.
And face coverings, drawing officers' attention.
Yeah, no.
As
it was a
officers
tad brisk
approached
out there.
on foot, a 14-year-old male separated from the group displayed nervous behavior, including avoiding eye contact and fidgeting.
It's fidgeting,
You know
yeah.
what I think is the problem here is that the children don't even have good role models of how to do crime.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds very, very weird, but back in the day, I don't remember people getting caught because they looked like they should be got caught.
Yep.
I didn't, like
Grabbing they
All of them.
Gangsters-
waistbands.
gangsters
Crotch
wasn't
falling.
grabbing their waistbands and wearing
falling.
all black with masks, with ski mask on and gloves and the
Too much
uniform
clothes.
of a robbery and
Yeah.
too much clothes. I felt like they used to try to blend in. Now they're like, the only blending them doing is that all of us are out here committing crimes, wearing the same exact thing, so we're all equal.
I want to talk to wearers of the balaclavas or the poop shiesty and ask them, why do you wear that?
I want to ask them, is your face not hot?
I saw the other day, I stopped at a red light, and a couple, man and woman, not boy and girl, man and woman,
Adults.
were crossing the street with poo shiesties on, carrying their groceries.
Pero
Why?
Perhaps,
Why?
hear me out. Perhaps it's easier to wear a poo shiesty than it is a medical mask to help you from COVID. Clock it.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it, I guess, right? Yeah?
no.
No?
No,
we
I
won't
wouldn't
allow
allow
it.
that one. No, because I don't know, but you're right. It is a conversation that needs to be had. Several questions. Why and are you not hot?
Yeah.
Because that's what would stop me from doing crime, is being hot.
Yeah, me as well. So they chased down the 14-year-old, found him with the gun, arrested him.
Nice.
Upon learning that a firearm had been recovered, a 16-year-old male fled the scene. Officers pursued him through the courtyard and into a nearby building where he was found attempting to hide. I just find him see him like this, cowering in a corner. While retracting his flight path, officers discovered a discarded Taurus G2C 9mm handgun hidden under a bush on Westview Street. The firearm was loaded with 1 in the chamber and 9 in the magazine. Both of them were transported to District B3 and will face charges in Dorchester District Court. The 14-year-old faces charges of carrying a firearm without a license, carrying a loaded firearm without a license, and unlawful possession of ammunition. And the 16-year-old faces the same charges. This is what I want to know: why y'all need them guns? Who are you? Why do you need those guns? Who are you protecting yourself from? Other 14-year-olds, 16-year-olds with guns, right? That's who they're protecting. What is it that's happening?
And that's the problem. We are not teaching children how to fight in schools. So they feel like the only way that they can fight is with a gun. And if one of them can get their ass whooped one time, then maybe they would lead to a lifetime.
Yeah.
Somebody's uncle needs to come and whoop some ass.
I want to know, 14, 15, 16-year-olds, what are they really doing with guns, though?
I have a 13-year-old in my home. I don't even begin to understand what he would possibly be doing with a gun other than trying to take it apart. However, they're around my way, around my community. There are some young boys I feel have been indoctrinated into a lifestyle of guns and crime, and they're young. And one of these children come from a 2-family household. So I am very often confused about why, they talk about not having fathers in the house and this. I think one of them is literally homeless. I'd never seen him with any friends, family, or anybody that looks like him in the vicinities, and he's just always outside at all parts of the day. The other one literally lives in a 2-family household with a slew of support and family, and they have taken to a life of gangs, and I'm just completely confused about what happened here, where we went wrong, and I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's very
scary.
sad.
Yeah.
It's very, very sad, and I'm saddened by it. What is happening with these juveniles? Youths, the young youths. A debate over free speech as Massachusetts teachers have put on leave over Charlie Kirk comments.
Oh my God.
It was so funny. Yesterday, that's a video. Yesterday, as we were walking through the fair, they had a whole bunch of different vendors, and everything was cool. And there was one Charlie Kirk memorial T-shirt, and people were using it as a prop for pictures. They were like, "Oh my God, look at this!" Taking pictures of it. Go ahead, let's take it away, my good friend.
As free speech. WBZ's Paul Burton joins us live in Framingham. And Paul, I know you have been digging into that part of the story tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely sparking debate no matter where you stand on your political views. We actually reached out to one former teacher who actually left the profession because of the backlash that teacher was receiving. 2 Massachusetts teachers have been placed on leave this week over posts they allegedly made on social media after prominent conservative activist Charlie Kirk was shot and killed on Wednesday. a teacher at Framingham High School, and a teacher at Wachusett Regional High School in Holden. And today, Sharon Superintendent Peter Botello sent a letter home to parents about a social media post by a staff member saying, in part, the post contains highly inappropriate and insensitive commentary regarding the death of a public figure. We recognize this post has caused distress from members of our community.
I'm a free speech absolutist. As long as the teachers do not propagandize in the classroom, they have the same free speech rights everybody else has.
Harvey Silvergate is a criminal defense and civil liberties attorney. He argues that placing the teachers on leave violates their First Amendment rights.
I think they would have to go to court, and they would have to get a court order that they should go back to the classroom. That American citizens have a right to say what they believe. That should be the official position of the school authorities.
As soon as they find out that you support a certain person, ain't nobody got time for that. Your free speech goes out the window.
Yeah, man.
They
should have been allowed to say
they
what
were
they
saying. What I really just don't understand is why all these people are getting fired or put on leave for about their opinion about somebody who was so heavily opinionated. That is just the basics of it for me. This man went around spreading whatever rhetoric he believed under the guise of free speech. So now people can't say anything about it? I don't understand.
And that is what the actual problem is. I think that everybody can come to the conclusion or the united whatever that what we saw in his death was wrong and disgusting, and it was crazy.
Right.
It was insanity.
Right.
I don't think that's what the debate is. The debate is, how do we choose what is okay to say and what is not okay when we're all after free speech?
Right.
Free speech is only free if you speak what I want you to say.
Right.
And other than that, you can't. So everybody's like, oh my God, he was able to help so many people understand by having debates and whatever. So now that we're having debates and whatever about him, the people who are against him or didn't believe in how he lived his life are now enemies of free speech, yet cannot use their free speech. So I'm kind of confused.
I don't know what you said, but yes.
Exactly. It's so confusing because you're allowed to be free speech, but not me.
Right.
You like Charlie Kirk, so you can say whatever you want. I don't like Charlie Kirk, so I can't say anything at all. My free speech has been cut off because if I'm not saying what you need me to say or what you likes about Charlie Kirk, then I'm wrong and I should be arrested, detained, and fired.
Yeah, I don't understand what is.
He has been compared to MLK. He has been compared to Martin Luther King. He has been compared to Jesus. He has been compared.
What did you tell us this morning? Nipsey
Hussle. Okay, so this black people. This is what I saw on a meme, and it almost made a little bit of sense about why they have lost their mind. They said that Charlie Kirk is almost like their Nipsey Hussle. So that whatever that means to you, that's what it means.
I mean, I guess it puts things in perspective.
Nipsey talked about owning the block. He talked about unification. He talked about getting your money up. He talked about all these things. I guess in their world, Charlie Kirk talked about white power. He talked about how to be white and how to, I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know.
Good for them. I mean, okay,
whatever.
Sure.
Move on. You better not say nothing either.
Fatal shooting.
You get arrested too.
Fatal shooting outside of a Lawrence nightclub triggers investigation against community concerns.
Wow, I was gonna go to Lawrence this weekend.
You was gonna go to Lawrence for what?
I got invited to go out there on Friday, but I had the DJ.
You was gonna go to the nightclub?
They wanted to go to some nightclub. I don't know.
Look at Lawrence. A 27-year-old man was fatally shot outside a nightclub in Lawrence on the other day. According to CBS News Boston, the shooting took place outside outside of Aqua nightclub on Essex Street around 2 a.m. That's where you was going to go at?
I don't know what club it was. I don't know.
He was just going. That's what he.
Details remain limited as the victim's name has not been released pending family notification. The district attorney's office stated that the investigation is ongoing and that no further information is expected to be released at this time. NBC 10 Boston reported that the shooting took place at 154 Essex Street. The shooting prompted responses from Lawrence residents and business owners who noted the contrast between the incident and the family-focused See Lawrence Festival that took place on the same street later that day. Tony Castillo, a local restaurant owner, remarked to CBS Boston, "People ask me why you no open at night. You would get more people. I say there's more problems too," reflecting concerns about safety in the area. City Council candidate John Regal emphasized what happened last night. Unfortunately, it happens in every city, conveying a wider issue of urban violence. Lawrence police urging those with information to come forward to contact them. No arrests have been made yet.
Some of the story. Yeah?
Tell us that this is still very much an active investigation with that shooting, again, happening at about 2 a.m. on Essex Street. It's a busy street here in Lawrence. There was actually a large festival happening throughout the day today with families and fun. We had the chance to talk to business owners and residents here in the area who tell us they are shocked about the shooting that happened here in the wee hours of the morning. Neighbors and businesses in Lawrence are speaking out after a fatal shooting outside of the Aqua nightclub on Essex Street. What is it like on the streets on a night here?
It's crazy. After 1 o'clock, it's crowded.
Tony Castillo owns a restaurant on the popular street and says that this bustling community full of families can become a different place late at night.
People ask me why you don't open at night, and you get more people that say it's more problem too.
Today, Essex Street was packed with neighbors celebrating at a family festival. John Regal lives in the community and is running for city council. He was shocked to hear about the shooting last night and says it doesn't represent the soul of the city.
What you see around today is our community, and I want people to understand it. You know, what happened last night is unfortunately, it happens in every city, but today is all about family. It's all about being happy. It's all about unity.
And Tony agrees, saying that last night's shooting did take him by surprise.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It does. I mean, it does happen in every city, but we can't use that as like, oh, this just happens
in every city.
In every city,
because that's what I think about when
yeah, people get shot at JB.
No, like when they're trying to put like El Punto and stuff like that in the middle of Blue Hill Ave on a busy intersection that can barely keep itself regulated anyways.
Yeah.
There's just always some type of melee. You know, I just don't think it's a good idea.
I don't
think it's a good idea. Sometimes in these
strongly
residential neighborhoods, I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah. Last night there were young people on scooters that were doing donuts around the thing right there in front of my house, Harvard Street down to Westview, just around and around, but on their scooters and street screeching and for like an hour.
Yeah, it's not okay. It's not okay.
And it was awful. Okay. This really crazy story. 2 mass couples sued state DCF over gender identity policy for foster children. I just wanted to get into that quickly because I read the article. So it's 2 families who are very, very Christian families, and they're foster parents. But they're foster parents and they're very, very Christian households. DCS has standards where you have to accept the kids on for who they are, and that you have to it says that they have to preferred pronouns. You have to refer to the children by their preferred pronouns, encourage a child to transition socially and medically, and otherwise affirm a child's stated gender identity when it conflicts with the child's sex. So according to DCF, you can allow whatever children you want in your house by their age or whatever, but you can't do it based on their sexual identity. So these 2 couples have been removed from the foster parent list because they refuse to comply with that, because they're we're very Christian. And so what do you think? They're it falls under their religious beliefs and under their freedom of speech. So
I think that they're
suing the state.
Why would you want to put kids somewhere that somebody does not accept how they are? I feel like if that family does, that's the problem I think is wrong with the system in general. You can't just be like, oh, they need a home so they can go over there knowing like this home doesn't like boy children.
Yep.
So I'm going to put 3 boys over there.
Yeah.
Maybe they're great foster parents the most, but they've had experiences with boy children that they have felt like they would be better served with girl children or whatever.
Right.
You cannot just give people to people and be like, oh, accept them for who they are when they're intolerant of that acceptance. Like, it just doesn't make, literally and logically, it doesn't make any sense to do that because you're making the children uncomfortable and you're making the foster parents uncomfortable in an already uncomfortable situation.
Yeah. The 2 families, both described as practicing Christians, said that the provision prohibits them from sharing their religious beliefs that God created us male and female, that a person's gender and sex are objectively rather than subjectively determined, and that the body itself witnesses to God's perfect design. So I think that's really, really sad because they obviously want to help out and be foster parents, and now they've been removed from the registry. So they're
little
suing.
Christian kids that wanted to be in this household of loving, happy family can't be because you got, and this is why Donald Trump is the president. Yep. Because y'all are super wild, and you give people like Fox News talking points to talk about how this country is pushing people, and now children who would find happy, safety homes with these people cannot have them anymore. Yeah, and that's silly.
And these two families, one of them has had over 28 foster children.
So now they can't foster any more kids because they don't want to comply with ideals of a child.
We were a fit family for 4.5 years. Nothing about our home or our values changed, and now we are an unfit family.
Wow.
The Marvin family of Woburn, Massachusetts became foster parents in 2021, caring for infants, including a baby with significant medical needs. But now they are appealing after their license was revoked for refusing to agree to a new state policy that requires foster parents to, quote, support, respect, and affirm the foster child's sexual orientation, gender identity, and gender expression.
There was very specific language in the agreement that would require us as Christians to set aside our beliefs and values about human gender and sexuality and embrace the state's position on it.
We were asking for something that we felt was pretty reasonable, just an accommodation on this area because of our religious beliefs.
The Marvins may soon join other Christian foster families who have filed a federal lawsuit after license revocations, accusing officials at the Massachusetts Department of Children and Families of discrimination based on religious beliefs. And it's worth noting that more than 1,400 children in the Massachusetts foster system are still waiting to be placed with families. We have reached out to the department, and we are waiting to hear back.
Okay.
Bill,
Thank you,
back to
Molly, in Boston. Thank you for that, Molly.
Incredible story.
And that was we're gonna take a quick commercial break. After this, we'll be right back and we'll talk about that story when we come back from Money Matters Monday. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are now listening to Spark FM.
Don't let biased algorithms or degree screens or exclusive professional networks or stereotypes. Don't let anything keep you from discovering the half of the workforce who are stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time to tear the paper ceiling and see the stars beyond it. Find out how you can make stars part of your talent strategy at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Finally Home is a must-read, step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, homeownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Looking for a meaningful way to engage with your community and make a difference? Volunteer with the Massachusetts Senior Medicare Patrol Program and help prevent Medicare fraud. Visit masmp.org. This project is supported by a grant from the U.S. Administration for Community Living.
Each and every Saturday night from 6 to 9 p.m. inside the Avenue, where you bring the drinks and we bring the vibes. My name is Gary Bonton alongside my co-host Big Trini, right here in SparkFMOnline.com, the number one place for soca, hip-hop, R&B, and more. Each and every Saturdays from 6 to 9 p.m. It's The Avenue.
Spark FM.
I know you nasty. She be touching on her own body.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna show me the way.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at SparkFMOnline.com. Turn us up. Spark FM.
And we're back. What song is it? Oh, sorry, I had to get my little singing on. Today is an official Money Matters Monday, where we partner with our good friends over at Chase Bank to bring you guys information and knowledge that you probably didn't know before. But we here in the community want you guys to know everything that you need to know so that you can make better decisions and you can get financially healthy in your lifestyle. So welcome back to Spark FM, Sabrina. I think Sabrina's definitely a crowd favorite here, so I fangirl out every time she's here. And she's joined by our good friend Dave from the Builders Coalition. Yeah. And we'll be talking to you guys about real estate, housing, and of course, why your money matters in these situations. So welcome back, Sabrina. Welcome back, Dave.
Thank you for having us.
How are you guys doing?
Good. I'm doing good. You know, I'm doing good.
You've been around, you've been outside. And every time I see your pictures, I'm like, oh, this girl is the truth. What have you been doing these days?
I know. I've been in community, as you all know, connecting with folks, amplifying all the things that are for the people. Mm-hmm. And that also affects me because I'm from the community.
Yes,
so
yes.
I have been outside. I think most recently I was at Delta Airlines event, Women on a Rise.
Yeah, how was that?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was a lot of women from different backgrounds, different industries, just kind of coming together. When you walk in, you're like, okay, well, who's here? Then you kind of, get some...
See who's here.
Start networking. But it was one of those things where I haven't been outside like that in a while. And so to be in community with folks and just talking about what we do and realizing that what I do still matters. That just really felt good. But yeah, that's what I love to do.
And Dave, this is your first time here. Tell us a little bit about who you are.
My name is Dave Madden. I appreciate the invitation to join you all. I founded the Builder Coalition. We were formerly called the Builders of Color Coalition, but the Builder Coalition works to expand access and diversity in the field of real estate. So we work to ensure that all of the incredible entrepreneurs all across our communities who are out there putting together deals, doing deals, who have all the capacities but don't have access to all the social capital, the networks to grow their work, that they have those access points.
Oh, well, Dave, how you doing?
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. So tell us, I mean, how did you guys form this partnership?
Yeah.
And then we'll get a little bit more into here. It's like, I don't know, it's just been there all the time.
No, actually, so the Builder Coalition hosts a number of like networking opportunities. And I think it was like maybe 3 years ago, I attended one downtown on High Street. We were just talking about this actually. I was attending one on High Street and kind of seeing folks operate in the room, and it was a bunch of people of color who was doing major things in the city around real estate and other things too. It was actually a group that was like dynamic in so many ways, but making moves in Boston, and people you wouldn't have known who were behind like some of these buildings that we even drive down Blue Hill Ave to see. And I think it was like, oh, this is cool. And then Dave, I think at the time, you was on the board, even though I know you're the co-founder. You were on the board, and you announced yourself as that. And I was kind of like, okay, this guy's on the board. He seems really cool. And I was like, okay, I kind of kept following what you were doing at the Builder Color Coalition. Well, now the Builder Coalition. And I think it was the Affordable Housing Fellowship. It was the first year of the Affordable Housing Fellowship came out, and I was
What's the Affordable Housing Fellowship?
Oh, Dave's going to definitely explain that. And
Write
even
that
why,
down, Dave.
Why we need it in the city. And I remember when I heard about it, I'm like, first of all, this is dope. And having folks from the community who are part of the fellowship, even more dope. And I was like, let me follow this again. And kept in touch in some way with Dave, going back and forth, and eventually was like, we need to figure out how JPMC can be a part of this.
So that means that you were doing something really great, and they saw you, and they were like, we need to be with these people. So Dave, tell us what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I take it back? Should I rewind?
Rewind it.
So
from the beginning.
I'm myself a small scale investor developer. I do small scale new construction and have some rental properties. But I have a bad habit on the side of starting nonprofit organizations. I don't know if you all know the Urban Farming Institute a block away. I helped to co-found that organization.
We were just talking about them on Friday.
And so I have this whole organizing side of me, and I don't mean to, but I just like to get people together because I don't want to just talk about problems, let's solve them. So when I started
He's really good at it.
when I started going to networking events in the industry, when I started building stuff, I would look around and I would wonder where everybody else was. These were these incredible spaces with so much power and knowledge, but I'd see one other person of color in the room, and we'd nod heads, and I'd go up to the organization too to say, how can we get more people in here? So eventually all those folks, we came together, we had a dinner in my living room in 2017, I just cooked for everybody, and we decided that this had to be a thing.
You should be invited to one of those.
We just had one for our 8th anniversary, actually. I just cooked for everybody again. I'll invite you to the next one.
Dave, get it together. He was cooking. I was like, you cook?
I love to cook. I do love to cook. So we started getting together, and we were just trying to connect the dots in the industry. The folks, there were 20 people in my living room, and people said, wow, there are this many black people in real estate in Boston. I said, I think there are a lot more. And so soon we became 500-600 folks of color in the real estate industry who were all at various stages, some really far along, some just getting started, but everybody You know, with organizing, it's the decision that folks are going to be able to do more together.
Yes, 100%.
By coming together to organize resources and decide to kind of partner and work together with the industry. So we were able to bring a lot of the forces of the industry, the government officials, the financial institutions, the development firms, the trade associations, all to the table with us to say, because you know, the common phrase here in Boston and everywhere is, I'd love to work with folks, I just don't know where to find them.
Yeah,
Great.
absolutely.
So our goal was, let's go find everybody. Let's go build this coalition, and then let's make sure that folks are ready for those opportunities. So that's where our fellowship programs came along. So we have these 6-month fellowship programs for market rate development, for affordable housing development. So we go out and find these incredible entrepreneurs in our communities who are out there doing some deals. They're doing some flips, or they just did some new construction, but they're using friends and family money. They're using hard money lending. They don't know they can walk into a bank and get financing, or they don't have it just yet together to go in and do that, but they're so close. Or to bid on a city RFP for public land, we've had the city officials say, we want to work with more folks, so we got them ready for those opportunities.
What?
And it is
I'm so like you're speaking to me. What is like the criteria that one would need to be able to get into this program? Do you have to already be in real estate? Like, who do you have to be a part of the networking with the people who are doing the things?
So for the fellowship programs, I will say we look for folks who have a little bit of experience, where they've shown that they know how to put together deals and they have the risk tolerance, the appetite to do more within the industry. But that's just one part of our work. We do a lot of forums all the time on access to capital, access to land, education, et cetera, that are open to everybody. And actually, we're going to be partnering with JP Chase coming up in mid-October for what's called our Ground Up, which is taking our 6-month fellowship and putting it into 6 hours.
Oh, wow.
So that folks all across the community who are interested in development can come and get the real deal knowledge on what are the various elements of permitting, managing the budget, et cetera, going and getting financing, so they can get the introduction. And my hope is that in 1 or 2 years, we're going to see them in our fellowship programs ready to take it to the next level.
Nice.
So I will say our fellowship programs are really for folks who are already out there doing some deals and are ready to take it to the next level. And we do that because we found that that's the key point, where if we can get them access to some of just the technical skills that you go work, you get normally because you work at some firm because your uncle worked there or something like that. And access to the networks, they skyrocket. They're doing 5 times the amount of development that they were doing 2 years later. They're doing 5 times the amount of development. Their revenue increases 160% in 2 years. They're all up and down Blue Hill Ave. Our folks are building affordable housing.
What's the formula? What have you found that once they get inside of this program, is it just the partnerships and the collaborations that they're making? Like, what is happening with when they get into this fellowship that's making this explosive on their revenue and their network and net worth in general?
I think it's the combination of some of the technical knowledge. So there's some key templates, there's formulas, there's ways people do business that we're able to introduce people to. We literally hand them, here's how people, when you present your financials to the bank, when you're gonna go submit a city RFP, this is the way that people historically do it, so that they have those technical skills. And then access to the network. They have access to the whole industry then after that. All the people who are coming to the table with us, banks, other financial institutions that say we want to lend to the people coming through your program, they have access to all these networks. And then the one other key piece is they have access to each other. We call it a fellowship for a reason, because they have so much, they are well selves, and for them to be able to share with each other, to co-learn, to teach one another, to be each other's support system. These folks, they've formed joint venture partnerships. They are each other's partners on deals. They're contracting with one another. They're collectively as a cohort building one another up together, which is incredible.
From the pictures, it's not just people of color. It's everybody in a real estate background in general.
We are... Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
We exist to promote access and diversity to the field. So we are going to look for anybody who is talented, who hasn't historically had access, who's looking for that breakthrough moment. Yes, a lot of the folks who have gone through our program are folks of color. A lot of folks are black, but we're a coalition.
Yeah.
We're doing this as a collective unit trying to move folks forward in the industry.
So if you're brand new, fresh and green into the real estate business, is this for you, or do you have to have some experience?
The ground up program that we're going to do in mid-October, and all of our forums, all of our events, if folks get on our list, we have events throughout the year. Those are for them. Those are for them to get access to the knowledge of how do I actually enter this? What are the key factors? That ground up fellowship, I'm really excited because I think that's going to be an incredible introduction to how to get into the space. You know, also, I think you all know the Ujima Fund, Ujima Project.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a community real estate fellow with the Ujima Project, so we've been doing education in that space as well.
They just signed off on a community real estate project. I believe it is the Ujima Fund. It was their first one that they are investing in real estate. I believe it is. Is that kind of the trajectory that they are on to, like to be a part of this?
Yeah, you know what's interesting too is to see the Ujima Project and a whole bunch of other organizations that have always been about community investment and housing and access. They're also getting involved with real estate investment and development because there is so much power that is on. It's 2/3 of the power, the wealth on planet Earth. 2/3 of it is in real estate. Yeah. And so I've been working with Ujima to help get Ujima in the know about how to kind of navigate in the real estate space. But I'm excited to see what Ujima gets to do with real estate investment.
I mean, the way that they're building buildings in every crevice here in Boston, it only makes sense to get involved in real estate, I think, if you wanna have something that's longevity.
Sabrina, how does this speak with the message of what Chase is trying to do in the community and increase financial health, knowledge, and different things?
Yeah.
Why'd you guys decide to get involved?
No, that's a great question. And I think this is not just specific to Boston, but a national issue in general. There's a pressing challenge nationally around having affordable housing in major cities. Boston is a major city.
Boston is, what, the third most expensive?
And it is actually the third most expensive city in the country. And I think as we think about how do we kind of help the economic development of communities, looking internally at the folks who are actually doing some of that work, Dave being able to tap into developers and specifically developers of color who are from these neighborhoods to develop housing for people in the community is spot on. My job being here at JP Morgan Chase is to connect that dot, right? And to make those things happen and to tell the story behind it. Listen, I always tell folks the work that I do is also personal, right? It's personal and it's very professional. I grew up in Dorchester, I grew up in Roxbury, and when I was deciding to buy my first home, I was crying throughout that process. I really was, because it was very expensive.
Why? Yeah.
It was expensive. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to leave the city. This is what I had known for so long. Fortunately for us, we were able to find something in Roxbury, 5 minutes from my parents' house, which is always a blessing.
What a blessing, amen.
But that took a while. It took almost like a year to get there. So when I heard that Dave was doing this fellowship and even thinking about the ground up program and really getting folks from the community to be interested in real estate, because we know that is a part of how we build generational wealth, and that's how we create economic opportunities within the communities that we live. Because when you live in the communities, you then you get to work in the communities, you get to support the small businesses in the communities, and that's how we have economic development. And so yes, we will be behind that, and yes, I will be the advocate internally to make that happen. So that's how we got involved.
Very nice.
I think that is so it's good, and it teaches what is literally what I did a panel on Friday for Suffolk, and I moderated about how to 10x your business using partnerships and collaborations. And that sounds basically what you were saying about what you've seen from the people who have joined into this fellowship, that they're pretty much their revenue next, and these collaborations and the network that they're able to surround themselves with helps to propel them into where they want to be. What this program, what do we want? Like an influx of real estate agents, more money? What is the kind of the overall goal for the Building Coalition?
The Builder Coalition's goal is wealth creation, asset ownership, and wealth creation in our community.
And I like that is what it is. It's very simple and basic. I feel like we often get conflated in trying to make our goals sound like they're so, community and everything. But a lot of people, we'd like some money. in our pockets, we want to be free financially and healthy financially, where it's comfortable and it's not like we're in this little packed up thing. So anybody can join it, whether you're a real estate agent, whether you are just a firm, anybody. If you're just a regular person and you're thinking about getting into real estate, what does that look like? What if I don't want to sell houses?
I mean, you don't have to sell houses. This is about investment, so it's a question of about whether or not if you have an interest in, even if it's owning the triple decker that you live in, if that's a possibility, and that may not happen, that may happen in other cities. But it's about investment, asset ownership, wealth creation. So
and what you can do with that.
And then the possibility, development is creating new housing and new buildings. That doesn't have to be for everybody also, but that's a part of the equation as well, you know?
Okay, good. Because I often feel like real estate, when you hear of real estate, the most high level thought about is like, oh, I got to go and sell houses. And not everybody wants to do that part. Yeah. So what are some other tracks within real estate that people can kind of choose? Development, selling.
There are a variety of ways that people get in and move through the field. There are people who are architects, who are attorneys, who are brokers also, who are engineers. So there are a whole bunch of different fields that are surrounding the process of development. There are contractors, general contractors, all of the trades that are involved in building housing and improving it and renovating it. So, and actually, a lot of times a general contractor is very close to being able to do their own investment and development, and it's often that barrier, that leap, that just needs to be filled by some of the knowledge and the networks to be able to get to that next level. But
I love this. Someone says home hunting is stressful. Yes, it is. It is. But I feel like when you have a good network of people around you, it probably is a little bit easier.
And when you know how to navigate the background of that, then it's probably easier too. So that's what the Builder Coalition is seeking to do, right?
How do we find out more information if people are hearing about this? They're coming in. If you're just tuning in right now, we're talking to Sabrina from Chase Bank and Dave from Builders Coalition. How do people get involved? How do people find out more information about what this is all about?
Definitely would encourage folks to come to our website, buildercoalition.com, and from there you can get onto our email list. We have a whole variety of events throughout the year and opportunities and ways to get involved. So. And then if you're interested in specifically this ground up program that we're going to be having with JP Morgan Chase in mid-October, if you could send an email to us at info@buildercoalition.com or go to our website and you'll see how to sign up for our email list so we can keep you posted, because we would love for you to be there.
Yeah. What was that again? Info at what?
info@buildercoalition.com.
I'm putting it in there for you guys. Info at
buildercoalition.com.
Yes. If I spelled anything wrong, everybody just Google it. Google it and find out more information, because I see a lot of you guys in the comment section are interested in the program. So make sure that you how did I spell? Don't listen to what I wrote in there. Again, just go ahead and
I'll fix it.
Thank you very much, ma'am. You guys post I see that you have job boards so that people can find jobs. You also have I was just playing around on the website just now. There's all kinds of different ways to get involved. You can join their email list. You can donate to them. I saw the donation situation in there for businesses that want to donate into something like this. What does it cover? Like, what does it help with?
What does it cover, or what does it get them?
Yes, or both.
Or both.
Yeah, I like that.
One amazing thing with sponsorship of our organization is that a sponsor of our organization becomes a partner of ours, because they're a part of building opportunity in the industry. So we have a whole variety of sponsorship benefits for businesses that are interested in contributing. And then what that contributes to is, we have our organizational costs of running our events, of assembling all these instructors. Our instructors for our programs, they are not professional educators. They are practitioners. They are developers out there in the world. They are bankers. They are the ones who are doing it.
Yeah.
And so what they're telling you is the real deal knowledge of what it takes to fulfill that. So, we want to, it's part of our mission. We want to
Yeah.
compensate everybody. So there are costs for all of our programs, and that's what, if people contribute to our organization, that's what they're helping to support.
I love this because you're making people give back into what they actually can do, like what they believe in. And if this is what it is, I think that I just like this. I don't know why, because I feel like we often have what you guys started out with. We often have these really great programs and organizations out here that people are begging for. How come the community doesn't have this? The community doesn't have that? But they're there and they're growing. But we do have a problem here in Boston when it's marketing. You know, like we don't really get these programs in front of enough eyes and ears as it is. And I'm wondering how many people who could have benefited from this, who I have seen and heard struggling with trying to get in, trying to network, trying to meet people, and just trying to find a job. And I like that you guys have all of these things on here. You also work with other institutions, do you? Aside of Chase, I saw a whole list of sponsorships and partnerships, really great brands. So if those brands, which speak to the, you know, the trust in the community that you guys have, if those brands are sticking onto it, then I feel comfortable that, you know, like we are promoting this. I love this.
Yeah. Dave's the real deal. He's a little quiet, but he's the real deal.
How many people on your team?
We have 4 staff members right now, and then our board is 11 people at this point.
Yeah.
And they're all leaders of the industry on our board. They're the people who have been building this for a while. Some folks you would know, Daryl Settles, Richard Taylor. These are folks that have been core. They were the ones organizing in this space decades prior to us coming about. And fortunately, they decided that this was an effort that was worth taking everything to the next level. So we're building this work on the shoulders of all of the folks who've come before us.
It's really comforting to also just look at your staff and your organization staff and see so much identity there. That is something that you don't often see when it comes with organizations that do this type of thing. So that's exciting in itself. So I'm really glad that you guys came, and thank you to Chase for exposing our community to this organization. It means a lot. They're very excited in the comment section because these are the things that we need to have. So the Ground Up is in October. Do we know the exact date and where that's going to be?
Tentatively, it is October 17th, but I don't want to tell anybody that for sure because it is almost scheduled. But if you send us a message, you will get at info@buildercoalition.com. You will get that information. But I also want to just shout out Sabrina for all of her support because she is in a very important and powerful role where she gets to do a lot of community-based work from a very powerful institution that has been a great partner for us. So I appreciate you, Sabrina, for this. But the Ground Up program should be at the JP Morgan Community Banking Center in Mattapan,
which is down the street from here.
1617.
Yes.
Blue Hill Ave. 617 Blue Hill. Is it 617 or 1617? 1617 Blue Hill Ave. What's
Free
your
parking in the back.
great address, by the way? It's very Boston.
And you can follow the Builder Coalition on all social medias as well, right?
Yes.
The Builder Coalition.
I just signed up for the email list. Everybody go and sign up for the email list, if anything. And I'm pretty sure the email list will direct us on how to sign up for the Ground Up
Absolutely.
in October, where you get the correct date and the location. And usually when Chase has things, they have great food.
It's true.
It's great food. That's one thing. Anything you go to at Chase Bank, I be like, what's for dinner? I'm on my way. So I think that it's great that you guys lead with food and you lead with resources and great organizations that we can partner from and just learn a lot about. So I'm excited about that. Dave, any last minute words for the audience who are excited?
Let's go. I don't know.
Let's go.
There's a lot of opportunity out there. And there's a lot of opportunity that also has so much community benefit beyond the individual wealth creation. And so this is this collective effort. And we're all having us on.
Absolutely. How many... founded?
Four nonprofits.
There's still four nonprofits.
Those are businesses.
I have a business as well. Yeah.
Oh, so you?
I guess there's a few names to the business 'cause it's real estate, but yeah.
Count on Dave. He'll give you an idea.
Right. He'll give you an idea.
Oh, we need
a brainstorm
ideas.
session.
We need ideas.
Serial entrepreneur. Thank you so much, Dave. Thank you so much, Sabrina and the Chase family, for always bringing us some really great growth information that we need here in the community. And we'll see you guys again next month with some more fun and exciting things.
Yes,
sir. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. This is Spark FM. We'll see you in a quick second with our national and entertainment news.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Spark FM.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously. The best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Looking for a meaningful way to engage with your community and make a difference? Volunteer with the Massachusetts Senior Medicare Patrol Program and help prevent Medicare fraud. Visit masmp.org. This project is supported by a grant from the U.S. Administration for Community Liberty.
Each and every Saturday night from 6 to 9 p.m. inside the Avenue, where you bring the drinks and we bring the vibe. My name is Gary Banton, alongside my co-host Big Trini, right here in SparkFMOnline.com, the #1 place for soca, hip-hop, R&B, and more. Each and every Saturdays from 6 to 9 p.m. It's The Avenue.
Spark FM.
I know you nasty. She be touching on her own body.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna show me the way.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at SparkFMOnline.com. Turn us up. Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Good morning.
Need to turn around, run, right, Yes, that's what I know. And that's who I am. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. Miss Tony, can you get into the national news real quick so that I could do this? Right?
Yes, I can. But before that, Boston police officers held a walk for peace in Roxbury over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And that was very nice to see. There's a quick video there for that.
Where was that at?
In the local news, Boston police officers walk for peace in Roxbury.
Yep, it's a video.
It's a video.
Police officers spent part of their weekend walking for peace in Roxbury. They were joined by members of the community on a stroll through the neighborhoods. Neighbors were asked to share their experiences with the goal of strengthening the connection with the officers who work in Roxbury every day. Some Boston police officers.
That's nice.
That is nice. And on Friday, we told you guys about the statue that was being unveiled on the Freedom Trail. The new Freedom Trail statue memorializes all the people enslaved by ministers and parishioners at the King's Chapel, and that was unveiled, and there are pictures, actual pictures of it right there. It's a 14-foot statue of a black woman releasing 209 birds, and it's absolutely amazing. It's gorgeous.
It's huge. Wow.
It's huge.
Let me see. Turn it. Oh, turn it
It's
down.
beautiful.
Let me see.
I don't know where all the little birds are, but
Oh, that is nice.
that is
There's
really,
a couple
really
little
nice.
doves there by a foot and
There's
one on
some by her
on the
foot,
tree.
and I guess they're all around. Maybe we're just not seeing the whole
There's
thing.
one
but-
on the top of the thing.
Yeah, so it's 209 in total, but I would like to go see that in real life. And where is it? Tremont Street.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go.
Tremont.
It's Tremont Street. And into the national news. And of course, we all know what the national news is about. The Utah governor says the alleged Kirk shooter is not cooperating with authorities. The other news came out about him. I guess he is involved in a relationship with someone who's transgender.
We don't know if that is true.
Oh, really? Okay.
So this is how I've been having to deep dive into this. This is how it works. This is how the machine works, right?
Mm-hmm.
So before it even came out who the actual shooter was,
Mm-hmm.
they had already ran with the agenda that it was a Democrat or leftist or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the newspapers already went with that. So by the time they had to retract it and stuff like that, it was already too late. The damage already done, where the right had already spun this around and had gotten hundreds and thousands of millions of views already. Now they are saying that the man is not cooperating at all. At first they said that his roommate said that he was the only left favoring person in his family, even though his family was staunch Republicans. He does not identify as either Democrat or Republican, but they spinned it to be like he was the only left in it, and that he also had a transgender girlfriend and a boyfriend and all kinds of stuff. They have now, if you dig under, none of that, all of that is just hearsay. These are random people that are around him saying what they are saying. There's no a name identity. There's no people attached to them. This is just, we spoke to a friend. What friend? Who friend? From where? So
this is all
we've got to be very careful with what we say, because we got to look a little deeper. Yeah,
for
exactly.
me, that's the problem, is that we're always careful for what we say. Democrats are always careful, when Republicans don't give a goddamn.
They don't give a goddamn. They don't give
just like
a
to spread
goddamn.
propaganda. That's it.
Yeah, it's very crazy to me how this all works. But keep on
so
going.
This governor of Utah, though, I like him. I was reading things about him, and from what I read, I don't know, he's very bipartisan when it comes to this thing. He's like, we need to stop talking about it was the left or it was the right or it was the Democrats or it was the Republicans. Doesn't matter who it was. And he has an initiative, like a whole initiative that he has down in Utah that he's been running on about it is. I don't know. Governor Spencer Cox from Utah said on Sunday that the suspect in the shooting that killed conservative activist Charlie Kirk is not cooperating with authorities. He has not confessed to the authorities. He is not cooperating, but all the people around him are cooperating. I think that's what very important. Authorities identified Kirk's alleged shooter as 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, who now remains in custody. Charges are expected to be formally filed on Tuesday. Cox was also asked about a Sunday New York Times report that alleged Robinson had communicated with others on Discord about after the shooting. The Times reported Robinson had made jokes about being the alleged gunman. All we can confirm is that these conversations definitely were happening, and they did not believe it was actually him. It was all joking until he admitted that it actually was him. Authorities are reviewing a group chat between several people joking about how the shooter looked like Robinson, multiple law enforcement sources told ABC News. The messages were exchanged on Discord in the hours after the shooting, according to sources who told ABC News that one of the participants in the chat is believed to be Robinson, who allegedly made a comment in the chat about the killer being his doppelganger. In a statement,
so he was out here joking and he and ha after he done.
Well, isn't that how they said that he turned himself in, right? Because he went and he told his father, like, I just killed Charlie Kirk. And then this is the story that I heard.
Yeah.
And then the father was like, okay, I think we need to go whatever. And then he ended up turning himself in. But yeah, he basically was like, yeah, I did that. I did that. And like you said, as we read more and more into that or more about it, then
it's so crazy how when it came out that he was a white man from white Utah that who was a white, that all of a sudden they had to kind of try to scramble to figure out how they were going to still spin this to be about the left, because they have already waged war.
Yeah.
Like his wife, Charlie Kirk's wife, had made this super cryptic speech at his memorial where it's like, if you think that he was whatever, then his mission has been energized and radicalized, and we won't let this happen. It didn't sound like a grieving wife who was about love and unity. It sounded like somebody who was energized from propaganda that this was something other than a white man, than white on white crime.
Yeah. Did you see the post, the pictures this morning of her draped across his casket?
It draped across. She did a whole influential video of her crying at his viewing. Like, we were able to see his hand and his body while she caressed it into the casket, and then they posted that on social media.
Wow. Oh.
It's crazy what's happening in this United States. I am nervous.
What's happening in this United States?
I am nervous.
Who is this? Bernice King. Bernice King has talked about the comparisons of her father of Charlie Kirk to her father, and she says, "I get tired, y'all." Who is out there?
It's the stereo of us talking.
Okay. Dr. Bernice King, the youngest daughter of civil and human rights icons Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King, has had a busy week responding to the willful misinterpretations of both slain Christian nationalist Charlie Kirk and her father. And understandably, she recently expressed her frustrations on social media. One day after Kirk was killed, allegedly by Tyler Robinson, a 22-year-old white man from Utah whose family are Mormons and Donald Trump supporters. In response to criticism on political violence in America, King placed the concept of political violence in America in its proper context. We don't have to stay where we are, but lying about what has been and what is won't help. Love is calling us up. We need to stop the lie. There's no place for blank violence in this country, because clearly there's a place historically and presently. This nation has been a place for policy violence, mass violence, genocidal violence, gun violence, economic violence, and other forms of violence, she wrote. She continued, and so here we are, a day after Charlie Kirk was shot and killed, 24 years after 9/11, a day when people across the globe, including in Sudan, Gaza, Congo, Tigray, Yemen, and Ukraine, suffered the devastation of political violence, a day when the National Guard patrols the streets of D.C., a day when low-income black communities in Memphis are besieged by environmental injustice, a day to more urgently begin praying with our actions and with our collective call and work for true peace, which, as my father said, is not merely the absence of tension, it is the presence of justice. Unfortunately, there would be more misrepresentations of her father's work that King would have to address. As the Grio reported, after a photo posted by Rep. Anna Paulina Luna, a representative in Florida, put Kirk in conversation with her father, Abraham Lincoln, John F. Kennedy, and Jesus of Nazareth, spread on social media, Bernice once again expressed her frustration with flagrant misinterpretations of her father in relation to Kirk. There are so many things wrong with this. So many. I get tired, y'all, King wrote in response to Representative Luna's post.
What you want to do is save hundreds with Liberty Mutual.
All because of words. So they said that all of these people were killed because of words, with her father posted right next to Charlie Kirk.
They have put pictures, side-by-side pictures of him, like literally comparing this man.
Do you see this one?
Oh, Oh. Oh.
This the one. They got Charlie Kirk between Jesus
and
Martin Luther King. All because of words. The right has been busy trying to turn Kirk into a martyr for the cause and free speech, ignoring the mountain of racist, sexist, homophobic, and xenophobic statements he has made throughout his career as a far-right firebrand. Despite their attempts to portray him as a scion of free speech, the organization he founded, Turning Point USA, remains a professor watch list, which is itself antithetical to the idea of free speech. Furthermore, some of his acolytes are now keeping a student or employee watch list via the Expose Charlie's Murderers website so they can target outspoken critics of Kirk. As it relates to the inclusion of Jesus of Nazareth in the photo circulated by Rep. Luna, many white evangelicals and some black ones have been actively engaging in the sanitization of Kirk's legacy, wherein they have attempted to paint him as a man of God, ignoring his history of bigoted statements.
It's so dangerous what we're doing right now. I feel like it's so very dangerous. There's a disconnect and an inflation of freedom of speech here that is being really dangerously put together. These men were not died. They not died just because of their words.
Yeah.
They died because they were for the advancement of all people.
Yep.
Whereas Charlie Kirk died because he was not radical in his discrimination enough. They are comparing his shooter to as a follower of the Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is
the Proud Boys.
He is the they said Charlie Kirk wasn't radical enough. He was too tame in his speech. And that's what it was. The problem is that. What did they call? They're called goblins or something like that. Nick Fuentes, even the bullets that he wrote were, if you go down into the depths of this of this situation, it is actually very scary. The words that was on the bullets were words that that Nick Fuentes' group like kind of reinterpreted to stand for what they believe in. So they were gaming things that were it got crazy. They're gamers they're conservative gamers or something like that use the lyrics of this song to say things outwardly. And I forget what song it was. It was a song that was originally a good song for like freedom and stuff that they turned around to make more of a religious propaganda for white nationalism. I don't know. I can't even tell you guys how deep this got because I started to turn it off because I was like, am I going into conspiracy theory?
What? I really don't want to. I'm over it.
And that's how I feel too. Like I had to really mute and unfriend a really cool person from my school because I started to get calls and stuff from my other friends like, yo, is Shorty okay? Because the more she got into Charlie Kirk and trying to defend him because he was a human, the more we can see status per status how she was now being sucked into their world, and it got crazy. It was like watching real-time indoctrination of his propaganda. I mean, his words I don't even know.
I really feel like I'm the problem with, I'm gonna have to maybe step back from social media a little bit because I'm seeing real-time crash outs of a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's affecting me in a way that I'm very concerned about. And I'm scared of a lot of people.
I feel like that part. So this was a pastor that that had a nice speech that kind of sums it up, and we can probably leave it on this and get to our rest of our story.
Well, can I just finish what
go ahead.
So Bernice King said, it saddens me that Charlie Kirk's children will likely one day view their the video of their father being shot. No child anywhere should lose a parent in such a hateful way, callous way, she wrote. She continued, it will require much more than quoting my father for the United States to evolve from our current conundrum of multifaceted violence, tragic apathy, and degrading policies.
Tristan, I put it in your Facebook. We can leave with this small passage from this pastor. There's so many discussions that are happening around this. And I know that for a Seventh-day Adventist, there is a really big conflict right now because it seems like Seventh-day Adventist preachers are leaning on the side of You know, we've got to show empathy and peace and love towards the person who actually was very outspoken in our suppression. And that has become a conflict right now, and it's causing a lot of division in this state. I mean, in this country, that I don't think that we were completely ready for at this point.
Well, as our pastor said, and not specifically about Charlie Kirk, but as our pastor said on Sabbath, here's a locust.
A locust. A locust. Here's this Pastor Howard John Weasley on Charlie Kirk, and this is pretty much summed up how I felt too.
Charlie Kirk did not deserve to be assassinated. But I'm overwhelmed seeing the flags of the United States of America at half staff calling this nation to honor and venerate a man who was an unapologetic racist and spent all of his life sowing seeds of division and hate into this land. And hearing people with selective rage who were mad about Charlie Kirk but didn't give a damn about Melissa Hortman and her husband when they were shot down in their home, tell me I ought to have compassion for the death of a man who had no respect for my own life. I am sorry, but there's nowhere in Bible where we are taught to honor evil. And how you die does not redeem how you lived. You do not become a hero in your death when you are a weapon of the enemy in your life. I can abhor the violence that took your life, but I don't have to celebrate how you chose to live.
Hello.
I am overwhelmed.
And that's exactly how I feel. I am so overwhelmed with emotions. I don't know if it's, I feel angry. I feel very confused. I feel argumentative. I had to really pull myself out from those conversations because I was like, I can't win these, because if you're determined to not understand, then I can't do anything to help you. So I am just like, I've been rendered silence on this because I just don't know where to go. One people telling me I got to love the way that God loved, and I'm like, I'm not God. You know, like, I had to turn the other cheek. It's hard for me to turn the other cheek if you slap me. He was able to do that because he was a divine human. I'm just a way lowly follower of Christ trying to be like him, but sometimes I'm human. I'm gonna slap you back.
And I mean, the truth is, you know, like, if you're a believer in God and that weighs on you and your opinions and how you live your life, God never doesn't expect us to be perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that the God that I know that is an understanding God understands why we would be confused on how to deal with this situation, because it is. And again, like you said, everybody agrees. Everybody agrees, unless you are some vile, disgusting human being, that it was a horrible way to die.
Yep.
But it was also, he was living he had a horrible way of living as well. So I mean, and then he did that under the pretense of being a Christian, and that is not Christ-like at all.
And religious exploitation has been used for as long as we can remember by white power. The KKK used the Bible very well.
Yeah.
To carry out what they were doing. So we can't start conflating what is Christian like and what is not, if we can't even settle on what Christianity even is. So I don't know what to tell y'all. But be blessed and try to not overwhelm yourself with
DC residents are starting to notice that Trump's federal agents are too scared to go to the more dangerous DC neighborhoods. So they said that the federal agents and whoever, they're coming in and they're only protecting certain neighborhoods. They're not going into the real neighborhoods where the stuff is really, really going on. And I'm summarizing because, you know, we're past our time or whatever. Jeffrey Epstein's leaked emails reveal he told Ghislaine Maxwell to remove Donald Trump's name from a power list. And according to this article,
you want to do those tomorrow?
Okay.
Since we're
Yeah.
we're pretty deep into the lateness.
Yeah.
So we'll bring back all of the stories we didn't get to tomorrow.
Yes.
And get into those a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Mike LeMercury said, "Nah, keep going. Take all the time you need." Cool.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate your support, but we've got some they're interesting stories, so we don't really want to rush through them too much.
Yeah, because they're gonna cause a lot of discussion, especially around a couple of ones that you're going into now.
Yeah, and then just quickly, last night was the Emmy Awards. There were lots of awards given out for lots of good things. Two prominent black people. One, for the first time ever, Best Supporting Actor went to a black man for the first time ever. And then that series on Netflix, Adolescence. The director of that won something, and he physically appears to be a white man, but his father is of mixed race, so they said we were going to count him as one of our winners. And The Late Show with Steve Colbert won an Emmy. There of course is going to be canceled towards the end of the year, but they won an Emmy too. So just Emmy news real quick, and then everything else we'll get into tomorrow. Like she said, we'll get into those things tomorrow. Yeah, that's it. That's it, y'all.
All right, I greened them for all systems go tomorrow.
Greened them.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining us today for another Money Matters Monday and Saucy and Friends. We'll be back tomorrow for a Super Tuesday. We might have a special guest in here tomorrow, but we'll make sure that we discuss all of these because we got to talk, Boston. We got to talk.
Yeah, Boston, we need to talk.
Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We'll be right back.
We'll be back.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Trills.
Yeah, this album is dedicated to all the teachers that